Hey guys and gals, it's me today Rocket, and I have a sense of nostalgia right now because today we're reviewing the sequel to Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. It's just one of the first movies that I ever review on the channel. Man, look at the quality of that video, huh? How far we've come, right? And look at that, we have the first ever special effects for the channel. You get to see me snap my fingers and I fade away. Wait a minute. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle came out in 2017. Here's where I reviewed it. Infinity War came out in 2018. Oh my goodness. I predicted Infinity War without even knowing. Huh. So enough fooling around, let's get into the review, shall we? So of course, as always, we're gonna start off with a non-spoiler review, and then we're gonna go on to some spoilers. So to start off the non-spoiler review, of course, this is a sequel, as I mentioned earlier. So yeah, you kind of might get a bit confused. It's not like the previous one, where you don't need to watch the very original, the very first Jumanji to enjoy that one because it's mostly its own thing. This one's a sequel to, that sequel. It's a bit confusing. It's a sequel to Welcome to the Jungle, so you might be confused on what's going on, but in time you'll soon to understand it like a bit more easily. But I suggest watching the previous one before watching this one. But either way, you're actually gonna have a really good time with this one. Of course, since this is a sequel to Welcome to the Jungle, of course the main gimmick of Welcome to the Jungle appears here, and it's funnier than ever. I'm not really sure if I can call it a gimmick, that's the best way to describe it, but yeah, of course the gimmick that I'm referring to is, these regular people from the real world enter this video game world and become these video game characters who are played by popular actors. So it's really fun to see them mess around in, these popular actors' bodies. So yeah, but this time it's a bit different. It's not the same people in the same bodies. They twist it around a bit, I guess you can say. So yeah, it's just so interesting to see these popular actors trying to act like they're not themselves and stuff like that. I mean, of course they're acting, they're actors, but you have to be really not themselves in this. So yeah, you get to see Dwayne Johnson trying to act like he's Danny DeVito. It's so nice. No matter who you are, it's gonna be super enjoyable. Of course, it's not just an entertainment-filled adventure. Of course, there's actually story elements in this as well, and they're very simple yet they're very decent as well, and they're pretty heartwarming somewhat as well in a way. So yeah, I really like how they handle the story elements in this. So along with a good entertainment-filled ride, you also get a nice story with it as well. So that's pretty great. So yes, I guess you can kind of consider this a family movie in a way. I mean, technically the very first Jumanji was kind of a family movie in some sense, I guess you can say. You know what, I'll just put it as this. It's best to watch this movie with friends or family. Yeah, there you go. As simple as that. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this. So without further ado, let's cue the spoiler warning. So to start off the spoiler review, I first want to talk about the story. Well, a bit of the story, not the entire thing, because there's actually several stories in this, because there's a lot of characters in this. But yeah, I think they handled it pretty well. But one story that really stand out to me is the one with Danny DeVito's character and Danny Glover's character. Both of them ran a restaurant together a long time ago, but then Danny Glover's character, sell the restaurant because he thought it's time to retire, but Danny DeVito didn't want that, so the friendship became, of course, broken. But then later on, years later, Danny Glover came back to him to, try to apologize with him. But yeah, he didn't accept it at first. But when they, go into the video game and they started getting along, so yeah, they, started to, become friends again. So yeah, and then Danny Glover admits that the reason why he came at that particular time, because that will be the last time that he gets to see him and try to apologize to him, because he's actually going to die. So yeah, and Danny DeVito's character, apologized. I mean, like, accepted his apology at the end, and yeah, later on, Danny Glover's character decided to stay in the world of Jumanji so he can protect it. So yeah, as a flying horse, even though that seems silly, actually after all that story, it actually seems a bit beautiful. So yeah, the stories in this, this sequel is actually pretty sweet. I mean, sweet and simple. Yeah, that's what I meant. So yeah, I think it's better than how it's handled in the first film. So yeah, you like it. I do have some problems with this film, and they're mostly related to, the characters of this film. So to start off, Anthony, because I kind of feel like his main thing in this film is just complaining a lot. I don't know, because, even no matter who he is in the video game, he always keeps complaining. I mean, sure, there's some funny moments when he's complaining, but most of the time it just comes off as annoying. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like the previous movie did it better with that character. And the same goes with Martha. Save Martha! No, not that Martha. It's 2019. Whatever. Anyways, as I was saying, so yeah, I kind of feel like she's the less funny of the entire group. I don't know why. I cannot seem to figure out why that's the case. Maybe because she's still the same character as before. She's still Ruby Roundhouse from beginning to end, for the exception of, that little scene where he switched with Anthony, which is a really fun scene. But yeah, I don't know why. I kind of feel like the previous did it better. Again, same thing with Anthony. So yeah, I can't really pinpoint, but that seems to be the case with me. So overall, I think this is a pretty good movie. I really like it. I kind of feel like it's as good as, the previous one. Sure, there's a lot of things I kind of feel like, the previous one did better, as I mentioned earlier. But of course, as I mentioned earlier as well, there's a lot of stuff that this one did better than the previous one. So yeah, so but yeah, maybe, the third one comes around, or technically the fourth one comes around and surpasses all three of them, if that ever comes out. So I mean, of course they had a little teaser, so maybe we'll get it. So hopefully this movie does well, because I don't know why in 2019, but every sequel that comes out, this year tends to not receive as much money as, the predecessor. So let's hope that doesn't happen to Jumanji Next Level, so we can get the fourth installment of this series. So yeah, so that's all I have to say. So with that said, alright guys and gals, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and a more higher quality video, because yeah, I'm using a new camera, so I'm still getting used to it. So I'm sorry if the camera kind of moves between shots, because yeah, I have to readjust it every single time. So yeah, I'm gonna get used to it. But yeah, of course it's December and Star Wars will be coming out soon, so of course I will be reviewing it. It's been so long since I've done something Star Warsy on the channel. But I also want to do another review on the channel right after this one. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna review what it is, but it's a very surprising movie to review. But yeah, you'll see. So until then guys, rock it on. Did you see me jump? Or maybe you didn't see it.